Yeah, you need like a partner.
I respect the law.
You need a partner. You need like a Heisenberg to help you make it. But you never thought that? That never crossed your mind?
That never crossed my
You
mind.
never thought just maybe just a little crack.
Welcome
This is our YouTube channel.
to our YouTube channel.
We're the amateur YouTuber.
Please subscribe, Mom and Dad.
Don't subscribe. Don't subscribe, Dad. I can't.
We need the support.
I don't want you to support this, Dad. I can't handle it emotionally. I can't go through the pain. Everybody else, please subscribe. Dad, don't. Making this video, we're going to be talking about the greatest and best show that has ever existed on Earth for humanity. Am I right? Am I right?
It's a show.
No. Okay. All right. The show, if you don't know what I'm talking about because you were born yesterday, you're a newly born fetus.
When was it released?
It was released within the last 29 years.
No way.
Yeah. Yes,
Do you want to look it up to see when it was released?
All right. The show that I'm talking about is Breaking Bad. In this video, we're going to be talking about Breaking Bad. I'm going to be asking my wife over here some questions about her feelings about Breaking Bad, how much she loved it, her favorite scenes, her favorite characters. We're going to talk about Heisenberg. I know it's going to be a little late since the show came out back in... Oh, wow. The first episode was 2008.
2008. So
right.
let's do the math. That was 11 years ago. So for those 11-year-old kids watching us, it might be past your time. So it might not be.
No, for the people who are like 11, this is perfect because
they shouldn't be watching the show anyway.
You should watch the show. You should watch it when you're like 3. Watch it then.
Don't watch the show if you're 11. But the show we're talking about is Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Now, my husband here, he is a big fan, and yeah, it was...
Do you feel like there's like a gun behind you, like you're being forced to say these things? You're like, my husband here, it's weird. He's a big fan.
So was it your third time watching it?
It was my third time watching Breaking Bad. So I did not watch any other show from beginning to end after Breaking Bad ended.
Wow, that's a
I was
big
hurt.
commitment.
I had a broken heart. Took a long time to get over.
Yeah, so then we moved in together, we got a place, and he tells me, hey, it's time for me to introduce you to the greatest show
of mankind.
Yeah.
Breaking
Bad. And I actually hadn't heard anything, not a lot about it. Actually, I've never heard of Breaking Bad before. But I feel like, it's a big show.
You feel like it's a big show?
I feel like...
You feel like it's a big
culture.
show? You feel like it's a big show? It's the biggest show. At the time, it changed everything. It changed the game.
I don't know why I didn't hear about it. And I don't know if you guys... Have you guys heard of Breaking Bad? Maybe leave a comment below. Is it weird that I didn't hear for like the 10 years that it was out? I don't know. Is it that weird? I don't know.
God, we're gonna get so many dislikes. I can feel it in my soul.
No, because you're really, you really like it.
I don't like Breaking Bad. Okay, I like French toast in the morning on Sunday. I like that. I love Breaking Bad.
You love Breaking Bad.
I love Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It's everything. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a rite of passage, and I'm happy that I was with you on your passage.
Yeah.
Because that was your right. That was your right.
So basically, this video is a reaction or honest review.
Yeah.
So we're having the camera here as a witness of my honest review. Will not get any consequences from my husband.
This is just a review. You're not on trial here. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm gonna edit out all the negative stuff you said. It's honest.
I love you.
It's a little I love you too.
I love you.
I love you people too.
Let's separate that. That'll be my honest review.
Alright. I can separate those things. I just hope you can.
Okay. So let's You're gonna ask me some questions?
I'm gonna ask her some questions. You haven't seen these questions, right?
No.
You haven't seen these?
No.
These questions here you have not seen?
I've not.
Okay. You can look. Don't look at the questions. All right. So we're just gonna go through them. I know. Let's review again. It's a little late because the show ended a few years ago. But is it really late? Because
yeah, it's super late.
It's not that late.
It's super late. What's his face? The Jesse? No.
Yeah. What about Jesse? Mm-hmm.
Jesse is the young.
Jesse Pinkman.
Jesse
Pinkman
was recently in another show we watched. Ladder.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah. That was okay.
That was something else too.
Let's do it. Film School Rejects has an article titled "How Breaking Bad Turns the Camera into a Character." Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
No. I don't understand the question. I don't think that was the question.
That was the question.
It was a statement followed by a command.
It was a question. Film School Rejects. This is a online website. I assume they talk about film school stuff and rejects. And they have an article that says how Breaking Bad turned the camera into a character.
No,
cinematography.
You know what? Actually, this is the second time I hear it. Breaking Bad was this cinematography wonder. Yeah. And maybe I can appreciate it because I've never taken any film class or I've never went to film school. However, you did.
I did go to film school.
And the other person that I heard it from was actually a YouTuber who was actually in film school too. So maybe I wasn't able to appreciate that part because of that. I didn't have the background to appreciate it or relate.
Do you appreciate the sunrise?
Can you explain more as to why it's such how?
Sure.
Okay.
First, thank you for asking because I've been dying to tell you. Let me help you see the light. Okay? So before Breaking Bad, there were TV shows. And that's all there were. There were TV shows. It was a show. And then Breaking Bad came along and it was an experience. When you watch Breaking Bad, it's like you're watching a movie every time. It's just the way they shot it.
But why?
Why? Because they're brilliant.
How is it that the way they shot it? Can you explain that to the people and me? Because I don't... To me, it was just like, oh yeah, it's another show, okay.
I'm going to move on to the next question. So, here we go. The next question I have for you.
How did the camera turn them into characters? Or what was your statement?
Film School Rejects has an article, How Breaking Bad Turns the Camera into a Character.
How do they do that?
Well, there'd be like scenes in the show where they wouldn't really break the fourth wall, but
I don't know what that means.
So the fourth wall is when like they're filming the scene, and then you start talking to the camera, and then you're talking to the audience, so you're breaking the fourth wall. When they film, usually in movies, it's these two actors going through stuff, and we're in this pretend world where we acknowledge that we don't know there's an audience watching it. But Breaking Bad, they would subtly break the fourth wall. Very, very subtle. Like after watching Breaking Bad, or during watching Breaking Bad, can you think of any other show that has ever made you want to sell drugs?
Wait, what? Can I think of any other show that would make me want to sell drugs?
Yeah, that gave you that rush where it was like, I think I could sell crack.
I never thought that about myself. Nope.
Not even a little?
Breaking Bad? Nope.
You never thought that?
Nope.
Yeah, you need like a partner.
I respect the law.
You need a partner, you need like a Heisenberg to help you make it. But you never thought that? That never crossed your mind?
That never crossed my
mind. You never thought just maybe just a little crack? Just a little bit? Just a little bit?
Nope.
Never?
Nope.
Wow. Do you want to watch it again? Because
I feel like we're probably going to have to watch it again just so that I can appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Question, please.
Next question. Jesse Pinkman.
What was the question?
Jesse Pinkman.
Insert cricket sound.
Alright. Jesse Pinkman. Everybody loves Jesse, okay? But there were more characters besides Jesse on Breaking Bad. So characters like Skinny Pete, Badger, and a character who I had to Google the name of, Rodney. Do you remember who Rodney was?
No, I don't remember.
Church. Rodney was like in the first few seasons, he was this big dude, bald, had kind of like a mohawk, and he would say church. He was part of like the Skinny Pete and Badger.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Okay, I remember the skinny guy. I don't remember the
Skinny Pete.
Okay.
So, who is your favorite character from Breaking Bad and why?
Let's see.
I just want you to know, if you Google like best Breaking Bad characters, you're gonna find like all these lists where it's like top 25, top 10.
Top 25?
Yeah, there's a lot of characters.
No way. Let's see. Is this gonna like potentially end their marriage?
I don't know.
I don't know if I can be honest with my reviews.
Be honest. There's no wrong answer. There's absolutely no wrong answer.
I feel like there is definitely a wrong
answer.
There's
not like there's one, like if you were to say Skylar was your favorite character, then it'd be like
I actually didn't like her.
Like we're done. Nobody liked her.
Yeah.
Nobody liked her.
No. Okay, let's see.
That poor actress. I heard in real life she got like a bunch of people who were just like, I hate you.
Death threats? Really?
I don't know about death threats, but I know they were saying like, I hate you. I hated her. I hated her so much.
But doesn't that mean she did a good job? Because she wasn't supposed to be likable.
She did a great job.
Yeah. So she's a great actress.
For Breaking Bad.
Yeah. You know what my favorite character I think would have to be, and this is gonna be an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
It's actually the girl with the stevia packets.
The what?
The girl with the stevia packets.
What is that?
The stevia, you know, she only would drink the green packets of stevia and she would put it in her tea.
Oh, the tea girl.
The detective. Is she a detective?
No, she was a bad character.
Yeah, I think she was my favorite.
Why'd you like her?
Why did I like her? Because, you know.
So she was introduced like season 4 or 5-ish, and she like worked with like the Russians or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned about like, did you ever think of selling drugs?
Yeah.
No, because selling drugs is for the lower level people. She was up there. She was up there. No, she had a really high up position.
Yeah, she
had a comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah.
She was a single mom, I think, which is props to her, right?
I don't remember if she was a single mom. I think she said she was a single mom, but I don't remember if she was.
Yeah, she had a kid, she had a nanny.
We're gonna watch it again.
You don't remember, this is like literally the only character I remember the most of, and I don't know why. I think it was because of the fact that she was a woman.
You know what? I'll give you that. There weren't a lot of women in Breaking Bad.
No, and they're like, the women that were there were either cheaters.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna take advantage. I'm gonna make it my career. I'm gonna get some money out of it. I'm gonna support my child. I'm gonna get her a really fancy house, and man, I just wanna be her daughter.
Next question. Okay. Do you remember this scene? No. You clearly don't know who you're talking to. So let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember the emotions that you felt while watching that scene?
Yeah.
Can you describe them to the world?
No.
Why not?
They don't want to.
Why not? What I want to talk about now is there are so many moments in Breaking Bad, like that scene, that are just like so powerful. Where you see, in this situation, Heisenberg, he just goes off on his wife. Up until that point, he's trying to win her back. He's trying to make her fall in love. Then that scene happens, and you're like, oh crap, this marriage is over. Are there any other scenes you can think of like that were just like, what's your favorite scene from Breaking Bad? It's okay if you mention more than one. We got that.
You know that girl with the stevia packet?
God, Jesus. All right.
You know, that scene didn't get the impact that I really wanted to get.
What kind of impact did you want?
I don't know, because you see that everywhere. Everywhere you look about Breaking Bad, there's that quote.
Yeah.
I am the one who knocks.
I am the one who knocks.
You know what it is? I don't know for you millennials out there, older millennials like us.
Okay.
But the Breaking Bad guy was actually in a show. It was a, what is that show called? Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
So I think I had watched that show when I was a kid, and when a character does like a good job, like he did in Malcolm in the Middle, he's always gonna be that dad, you know, that goofy dad. Like, so to me, when he did that scene, I am the one who knocks. I was just like, man, Malcolm's gonna get it real bad.
I didn't think this was gonna happen. I really didn't think this was gonna happen.
And so,
God damn it! Can you hold this? I am done with you. Oh my god! Did you ever hear that theory about when Breaking Bad ended, they were like, maybe he's not. Spoiler alert! Maybe he's not dead. And so they were saying like, what if he was what if it was all a dream sequence from Malcolm?
No, I never heard that. What do you mean? That kind of would sound interesting. I'd be.
What are you talking?
I watched that.
Did you know how it was gonna end?
No, I did not know how. Well, no, I didn't expect him to die.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Maybe
we didn't say who. You didn't say who.
Yeah.
It could be anybody.
Yeah, anybody.
Anybody.
Did not. What was the question?
Did you know how it was gonna end?
I did not know how it was gonna end.
There are like so many shows out there that end, and they just leave you like, what? What? Here's an example of one. Lost. Remember when Lost?
I love that show.
You remember when Lost ended? Like, it was all over the news. Everybody was like, what the F is this?
You didn't even watch Lost, so you can't even talk about it.
I can talk about the news. It was on the news, and people were let down. They were disappointed.
But it's because it stuck. Like, if it was like an
ending. Did you say it sucked?
It stuck. Oh. It stuck. I think they did that on purpose, because you will forever remember the ending of Lost. You know? They gotta do what they gotta do. You don't remember. No, you've never.
I don't know it. But I know that for Breaking Bad, they tied up so many loose ends, and they are making that movie now. I'm really hesitant about that.
Isn't it supposed to be in the past?
No, it's a sequel.
It's a sequel?
It's a sequel. So it's supposed to be...
So Heisenberg's not going to be in it. They confirmed that?
I think they're going to use him like in flashbacks.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he did, spoiler alert, cover your ears, I think he did die in the show. And I think they're going to have like flashbacks of him talking to Jesse, who now is on the run or trying to like survive. So I think that's where it's going to be. But another thing to talk about, think of how many like shows like just keep going and going and going, and you're like, please, for the love of God, just end the show. Another reason Breaking Bad, the greatest show of all time. Oh, we'll talk about The Walking Dead. We'll use Walking Dead as an example. The Walking Dead, they are just milking it, and it's like the biggest disappointing show ever. It's time for The Walking Dead to be dead. See what I did there? Aww. Breaking Bad, it was, do you remember, it was such a big thing where they were like, oh my God, Vince is going to end the show.
They're trying to negotiate the deal. He's not part of the negotiation.
Vince is the writer, the creator of the show.
He has his agent negotiating. They're going to tell him how many episodes are approved for him to write, and then that's it. The show ends. It could have been like, it's going to be 50, it's going to be 20, it's going to be 16. It was 16.
16 episodes?
16 episodes, yeah. They negotiated it. I think it was 16 or 12, 14.
You mean for the last season?
Last 2 seasons, yeah.
Oh.
Or was it the last season? I don't remember. But I know that his agent supposedly negotiated
Vince Gillian. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Is
Gillian or Gillian.
The creator?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He used to write for the X-Files. Right. This is a quote from the pilot script. Yeah, I Googled this. I got the script for Breaking Bad. Where are you going? Where are you going? All right. The pilot episode, exterior Walter White's house. So that means we're outside Walter White's house. And it says this in the description section: no president ever slept here. No millionaire ever visited. This is a 3-bedroom rancher in a modest neighborhood. Weekend trips to Home Depot keep it looking tidy, but it'll never make the cover of Architectural Digest.
What was the question?
Thank you. That's a good question. The question is, can you think of any other show in the world that has that kind of writing? So that's a line from the script, because I was trying to think, how can I best ask this question? And that's what came to me. And I was thinking, like, they have such a great dialogue in there, but, you know, is a dialogue from the actors? It's from the script, from the writing.
Yeah.
So can you think of any other show on Earth that has that kind of writing?
Grey's Anatomy. Boom. Mic dropped.
Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Why? Why?
Game of Thrones.
Why?
All the way.
Why?
If I had to watch Breaking Bad one more time or watch Game of Thrones 33 times, a whole season, I would watch Game of Thrones.
There's no way you'd watch Game of Thrones. I wouldn't watch Game of Thrones
I would watch
33 times. I'd
Given
blow
the
my brains out.
Given the choice, I would do Game of Thrones.
No way. That is fake news if I ever heard it.
This is what I would do, okay?
You're just
Why
saying
are you
stuff.
switching?
You're just saying stuff to hurt me.
No.
Stay on your side. Stay on your side, please. Don't. Okay. All right. The final question in our Breaking Bad review. Would you recommend Breaking Bad to people who have not watched Breaking Bad? The greatest show of all time. Don't let me sway your answer.
I'm not gonna let you say my answer. This is gonna be an honest review.
Okay.
I think people should watch it.
Just have a human background with a soul, and you're gonna love Breaking Bad.
I couldn't really relate to it. It's just like parts of it were really slow. And then
It's
I don't
character
know.
building.
Build your own opinion. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't think he's the dad in Malcolm in the Middle. And I don't remember the dad's name, but was it my favorite show ever? It was not.
That wasn't the question.
Would I watch it again? I probably would not.
We'll probably watch it again. I'm
Probably
saying
will
we're
not
probably
watch
gonna watch
it.
it again. It's probably gonna happen.
Did I watch it because I love my husband and he made me watch it and we live on the same roof and I didn't have any other option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you do, guys. That's what you gotta do.
You gotta do it.
You gotta pay your dues.
Yeah.
Well, this is our video, our honest review of Breaking Bad.
I'm not sure if this really counts as a review, to be honest. This just sounds like you praising a show and me just bashing it.
No, I asked you questions.
The question.
Granted, I try to psychologically mind jet at you by asking you leading questions. I admit that.
So,
But-
honest review. If you haven't watched Breaking Bad, I think you definitely should watch it.
Definitely watch it.
Watch it. Just know that
Experience it. Love it.
before going into it, don't go in with the mentality it's the greatest show.
Go
blah,
on
blah,
knowing
blah.
that it's the greatest show. Have your expectations set up here and be prepared for your expectations. to
Just
go
know that it's
boom.
like every other
It's
show. It has.
Not like every other show. It is
has-
not. It is not. It is
All right.
the greatest show ever.
I'm gonna go again,
Okay.
and you're not gonna interrupt me.
Cut.